Let me tell you a story about Laro G. So I was locked up in the county jail, coming into reception, classification, that's where they send you to the deck that you're going to go to. So I'm in there chilling, see some people I know, most of the people I don't know. But I see this one dude, little player looking dude, he got gold grills, permanents, swole as hell. I don't really pay him no mind. I'm like, man, you don't really see too many people with golds around here. Long dreads. So I'm in my cell working out. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Just go about my days and stuff, and then I leave out and I go on the deck. You know, when I get on the deck, I see the same guy. So I'm like, oh man. So we had this preacher man. He was locked up too, but he used to do like workout programs for us and have everybody come into like the rec room. The rec room is like it's got like a fence on the top, so you could, if you stand on it, you could see outside. Breathe fresh air. You're not supposed to stand up there, but we did. We just look out for the guards. But we're in there working out, with the preacher man. And I took pride in my physical abilities. I didn't like a lot of people to show me up. So I was like outperforming everybody in there, except this dude with the gold. So I'm like, hold on. You know? Man, like every time I'll do the push ups, he's doing them. Then we're doing like plyometric push ups, which is like a push up, but then you jump. At the end of the push up, you jump and levitate in the air. So we're doing that. I'm going high, way high, but he's coming as high as me. I'm like, oh man. So we really had we built a bond from that. I started to like a dude, and we became homies. We'd always work out. Every time he see me, he's like, "Oh, you gotta get that money, G. Get that money, G." Every time I seen him, like I'm trying to get swole like him, but every time I seen him, he's in the cell sneaking with the laundry bag, doing curls or lifting his chair. Every time he comes see me, let me get some milk, man. I gotta get swole. But anyways, I come to find out later that Lero, he's facing a life sentence. Was like accused that they said he unalived his girlfriend. I don't know if that's true, but that's what he's accused of. I didn't pay too much attention. A lot of people were in there for them charges like that. Um, One day I walked past the cell, or he calls me in there or something, and I see there's pictures everywhere. He showed me like he had a Camaro out in the world, nice cars. He had money. That's why he had them golds. Then I see a girl. It's like a blonde girl, nice, pretty white girl. And I'm like, man, maybe that's the girl that he's in here for. Who knows? But we're going on. It's going well. And one day, like, there was this pretty guard. I'll call her Mrs. S. She's like a little white girl, thick, like she got a black girl's booty. Like always shaking it and looking behind her, like she liked the attention. But I think she took a liking to Laro. But anyways, one day Laro was on his visit. And for some reason or another, like because we're on lockdown at this point because the GDs and the Blackstones had gotten to a Royal Rumble. And I mean that literally over, I don't know what it was, like $7 in poker. Someone owed someone. So the Blackstone, like, boom, 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 boom. Then the GD started fighting back, and the Blackstone picked up the chair and was hitting one of the GDs with it. It was like crazy. It was nuts. They maced the whole deck. Everyone's coughing. They had to put us out in the rec room so we don't pass out in there. But anyways, so we're on lockdown. We only come out an hour. So at this point, Laro was out by himself for his hour out. He's in his visit, and Miss S cuts his visit short for some reason. I don't know why. No idea, but she does. And she tells him, "Oh, you need to lock down." But mind you, Laro was facing life. These visits, they mean a lot to him. It's not a game to him. So he's like, "Oh, I think you made a mistake. I still got time left. But in all reality, she had let him out late. So it's really her fault, and she's trying to cut the visit short. Laro don't care. So she's like, "Go lock down, go lock down." He's like, "Oh, swearing at her. I'm not locking down. You got to give me the rest of my time." So she comes, maces him in the face, puts the whole can there. Laro just wipes his face, whoop, picks her up and suplexes her. Laid out. I'm looking because my window's right there, so I'm looking down. Oh no, because it's my homie. I'm like, he's finna go to the hole. No. Anyways, all the shirts come. He didn't give them no resistance. He already knew he's going to the hole, so he just went. After a while, we got in there. My homie's like, "Man, I gotta go to medical. I can't stand being on this lockdown. We don't even come out the dang cell." So he goes to medical. One day, my other homie, he refuses to lock down. Then they get me. I go to the hole. I'm in there one day. Who pops up but Laro? Laro comes there. Like, you can't get no food, no nothing in the hole. Or you get like a state tray, and it's barely enough to survive. But Laro comes up to my door, and he's like, "Man, G." He was a GD. He's like, "Man, G, God told me to give this to you." So he gives me like a bag of the candy, like the fireballs, and then a ramen noodle. Man, I must have saved that noodle. I ate that noodle for like 2, 3 days, man. Because we was in there starving. I lost 50 pounds while I was in the home. I was only in there like a month or two. Man, I was like, "Thank you, G." He comes back to my door one day. He's about to go to prison. They're about to ship him off. Comes up, like, "Man, G, I look skinny to you." Mind you, this man is swole, like, look like a wrestler, like 8 pack, chest poking out. Look like he could be on Dragon Ball Z's or something. But I'm like, "Nah, Laro, you ain't looking skinny." He's like, "I know I'm not skinny, G, but I gotta go to the joint, G. Them dudes in there is big." He's like, "Do I look skinny?" I'm like, "Nah, I think you'd be all right." He's like, "Yeah, you're right, but I'm gonna keep working out though." And I was like, the last time I see Laro, I think he got shipped to prison because he was in my state fighting a case, but the state he was from, he was fighting that body. But that's the story about Laro G. If you like these stories, please like and subscribe. I much appreciate it.